Hey everybody, I'm back at it again. It's about 75 degrees today, much warmer, t-shirt weather. Don't need the heavy wool socks. But I just got some interesting news. A couple of fellows who I saw here yesterday, they're hunting squirrel. One of them is a New York State DEC trapper. He traps for them. And I was asking him about the birds and the bird flu, and he said the DEC has cleared that. And although he seems like a very reputable source, I'm not going to rush into it. I'm going to wait a little bit because I've heard some, like I said in the last video, I've heard some horror stories. No tag. New York State, we don't need a tag anymore. So your number is not emblazoned across your back. So now it's a little harder to bust a trespasser, because that's one of the reasons for the tag, was to keep people from encroaching on private land where they weren't supposed to be. Just on a personal note, as a woman, I'm kind of glad it's gone. I would rather have it, but I'm kind of glad it's gone because my hair used to get tangled in it all the time. Not that that's the end of the world. So now it's a paper one, and this is what it looks like. And I'm keeping it in the old tag case because it's paper, and I don't feel like putting it in plastic. This is much more substantial, and it fits right down into my pocket, much more efficiently. You know, so when I button it, it's not going to move around. If it's in plastic, it might fold on its own. You know, all kinds of crazy shit happens. Plastic is not very stable, so I figured I might as well just keep it in the old tag thing. But we don't have to wear them on our backs anymore. Go figure. So these are the fairy tale woods. And there's the swamp way down there, and I just heard a shot go off a ways down the road, about less than a mile. So I was gonna hang out, but the hunter etiquette here dictates that wherever you park your car, whichever side of the road you come in on, where you park your car, that's where you hunt. And guess what? I'm on the opposite side. So the other gunshots you hear over in that direction, that's one of the local police departments. They have a firing range over there. But isn't this beautiful? I just had to take a walk over because I've been out hunting for about 3 years now. And when I think about it, this spot always comes to mind. It is absolutely beautiful in here. Used to be loaded with squirrels. If I hadn't heard that gunshot over there, I'd probably just stay put. But it sounds like somebody's close. If it was a super quiet day and I didn't see anybody on the way in here, I'd probably just sit down for a few. But there's activity. I didn't see a lot of people on the way in, but I saw enough. So, God, this is so, look at that. I love these woods. They are so pretty. I'd love to keep going. But like I said, you know, there are other people in the woods, and you gotta have a certain set of rules so we don't all shoot each other. Listen. Not the robin. It's right up over there. Barred owl waking up for the evening. Very cool. Let's see if we can hear him again. Those are robins. Here, right there. Robin. FYI, I got on too. Just did it again. And I was talking. I'm on the right side of the road. Maybe not completely, but at least here I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And if I hadn't mentioned it, I've seen squirrels, but I haven't gotten one yet. I haven't been able to get off a shot. I've had the gun up, locked and loaded, ready to go. Had my bead on them, but yeah, you know how squirrels are. They just kind of slip into this portal and then disappear into another dimension. You know how good they are. If you've ever done any squirrel hunting, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Blackbirds are migrating. That's about the only thing I've noticed lately. Usually this is all corn, and including this field over here. But this year, I took a ride around and looked at all the fields, and it looks like they're all fallow. He hasn't planted anything. That would be the farmer, local farmer near here. I believe he's the one who's always had the lease. And yeah, nothing. You usually see lots of pumpkin fields, and nothing this year. So I just walked away from the area where I was. I was over in here, and I had to go to the bathroom. And I didn't want to hang around because that is an attractant. And if you've watched any of my videos, and if you haven't, I just had a bad year last year with bear and coyote, and so I don't take any chances. It kind of looks like I'm wandering around with my head up my ass, and if that's what you thought, you'd be right. It's been a while, and I know places that are good for squirrel and for rabbit, but I'm kind of cutting myself a little slack because these last 2 days I haven't hunted in 2 consecutive days in a long time, and I'm just kind of using them as a chance to like re-scout my area and re-familiarize myself with it. The field I was just in was not a good idea because the farmer didn't grow anything in there, so there's nothing to attract the wildlife. So many places, like at the end of that field, there's this incredible swamp, and I just want to see everything all at once. So, and I'm not helping myself. I think what I'm going to do with the last little bit of the sun is I'm going to drive down the road and just pick a little spot near the hardwoods and see if I can't get a bushy tail. One would be better than none, but that's okay. It's still great to be out here. Gee, good thing all the ash died, huh? Plenty of places to sit. Okay, so I'm off to a really slow start this year. I did fire my gun to make sure it was working, because you never know. Doesn't matter, you know, any day in the woods is a great day, and especially when you're out walking with your gun, even if you just take the gun for a walk. You know, it's good exercise, and it's nice to be out here and usually meet some pretty interesting people. So, looks like that's it for tonight. The sun is set, and we don't have much more time left, so I'm unloading my vest of my ammo because the safe law in New York State does not allow me to keep ammo in my gun case, which would make sense, right? But I can't. I have to keep the ammo and the gun completely separate, so the gun stays in the back of the car, and the ammo goes into the front, into the, what do you call that thing? The glove box. Do I have anything in here that I need? Nope, I'm good. Well, folks, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. You know, I always feel like I owe it to the audience to produce something, but, you know, like I said, it doesn't always work out that way. That's That's why they call it hunting and not catching. Although, things will change. Today's kind of warm, and one thing I have noticed, the woods are pretty busy. Not super busy, but for a weekday, I saw the same guys 2 days in a row. You know, it depends on their work schedule and everything, but it's a lot busier than what I'm used to on a weekday. So, not to fret though, things will change. And, hey, join me next time. We'll see how things go. And take care. Have a good night.